Hello, this is March already. My name is Carolyn Motley, and we are here to entertain you today, Connie and I, with the March taping of the Cannon County Chamber Connection. And we're always glad to be here, and of course this is made possible by DTC, and without them, we couldn't do this, and you wouldn't be able to be entertained. My co-host is Connie.
Connie Rigsby, glad to be here.
Yes, you are.
I am very glad to be here. It's March, things are springing up, and I think guests are just popping up and everywhere. Just like, because it's spring, everybody's coming out.
Like daffodils, is it? But I want to tell you, it has not been, the last few days has not been daffodils to me.
No, me and you both have, I'm finished with this. I don't know about you.
I am sick of it.
About over this winter and ready to get into spring. And I will tell you, so many guests here today, I don't want us to spend much time talking about that except kind of getting to those folks.
Our first guest that we have today, Savannah, I know you have to leave, so we'll just go ahead and get right to you. And this is Savannah Koenig, and she is the manager of the Short Mountain Trading Post. And of course, that's located on Highway 146 right next to the Short Mountain Distillery. And you've had a rough winter too, huh?
Oh, yes. We've been blown all over the lot, and Christmas trees have kind of gone like this, even with rebar behind them, and it's been different.
So you're ready for spring too?
Yes, we're ready for spring.
So
yes,
what do you got going on over there?
Well, I just got back from Oregon, visiting family and
Well,
friends.
it's not warm out there either, is it?
No, but it's warmer.
You're kidding.
That's bad when Oregon is warmer than we are.
Yeah, it's a milder climate, so it's 10 degrees different than we are, to the good, you know. And I happened to bring this back for Carolyn from Oregon. It's a tortoise ring that they create out there, and I bought it at a craft place they have. And because she has done so much to help the Trading Post to promote us and been such a good friend, I picked it up for her.
Wow.
Well,
So there
thank
you
you.
go.
I don't usually get gifts. I don't.
That is gorgeous.
We
It
have
is
turtles here
pretty.
too, so I thought, oh.
We certainly do. I have 5 or
It'll
6
work.
down in the pond,
He's modeling.
killing the ducks.
Well, that is beautiful. So that's something
It
they do
is.
out there, and that is wonderful.
What'd you do? Go to a craft show out there, Savannah?
Yep.
Well,
And got a couple artists from there, and they'll be sending things to the Trading Post, so we had a really good trip that
see, an
way.
international flavor there.
I
How
know.
about that?
And when we landed in Nashville, it was when the big tornadoes were coming in. The plane came in sideways,
That's always fun.
and I was in the small express, and there's not one thing about express on that plane. But it slid this way on the runway, and we were walking out into the weather because, you know, small plane, and the alarms went off for the tornado. And I thought,
Tornado,
boy, they're welcoming me back.
You're home.
Come home, you know.
One extreme to another. We went from
So-
tornadoes to ice.
Right. So I'm totally rejuvenated, ready to go for another big year at the Post. And the first thing we're going to have is our flea market day, which is Saturday, April 5th, 10 to 5. It is free setup for vendors, people that want to come and sell their things. And also, you need to get a hold of me in order to reserve a spot. So please do that as soon
Is
as
space
possible.
limited where you can have folks or?
I'm sure it will be eventually. We've had quite a few calls
This
already.
is an outside event, is it not?
It's outside, and the Post will be open as usual for all the craft booths to be looked at, and for the big loft upstairs, which is antiques and gifts. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're offering lunch for $1, so you'll have a sandwich and drink. And I think it's going to be, you know, a good way to open the Trading Post.
Yeah, anyone can bring their items for this, right?
Yes, they need to call me though and reserve a spot, and that number is 615-464-7824, and it's Savannah, that's me. So please come, as these are going to be posted throughout Smithville, Woodbury, and so forth, our little flyers. And along with that, that's our first event of the year. That's going to kind of open up the Post for everybody. We Also, what we're thinking with the flea market is that's something people like to do in the spring. You can't stay away from a flea market or a garage sale. Everybody just, oh boy, you know, here we go. And it also is going to give us a chance to have people come that maybe wouldn't normally have stopped in, and to open it up and let people see what we have for two different reasons, to shop and to also sell their things. There's no charge for the setup, so please come. We also are offering pre-booth space inside where the crafts people are. We're always looking for new craft people. We're pretty well filled up, but we do have a total booth that opened up, so it's good for 2 or 3 people to go in there. And there's no charge for that, so I would take advantage of it. But we're really more or less designating craft people down
Right.
below. And upstairs is our huge loft, which, as I said, was antiques and gifts. All restocked, so there you go. And we're having a farmer's market in the spring just on Thursdays, and the reason we're going to do that just on Thursday is because other people are very busy on Saturdays in Smithville and Woodbury on that market. There's no charge for that setup, but we have quite a few people that are going to bring their vegetables and canned goods and eggs and that type of thing. It's all organic, so we'd love to have you come out. That won't start probably till the end of May.
So actually, this flea market day is your grand opening
That's-
day for this year, right?
Basically, I think we'll be open a couple weeks before that, depending on the weather, you know.
It's going to get warm. It's
Yeah.
going to. It's going to. I hope.
But that's our first big event of the year, is the flea market thing. We're also open to weddings and fundraiser space. If anyone would like to come out and use our facility for weddings, we have a beautiful stairway. We have all kinds of country effects that you're welcome to use. So think about that and call me once again on that. We've put in a country mule trail that goes from the back of our barn and leads straight to the distillery next door, which makes a terrific nature walk. People really enjoyed it, and they don't have to move their cars from our place to the distillery or the distillery to our place because they can just walk. But make sure you go to the distillery also for the Moonshiner tour, because they're doing a lot of things. You may have Billy come and talk also,
Right.
because he's,
They are planning another big year.
yes, a lot of
lot of
building going
events,
on,
yes.
a restaurant going in and so forth. May, we're going to have like a country family festival, mule rides, food, craft vendors, live music, and children's activities, and there'll be more posted on that soon. August is our cool off country style, a lot of things to do with staying cool in the summer and just fun activities, country things to do. October, we're going to have our second annual Halloween Spooktacular, pie eating contest and so forth. And November will be our Christmas extravaganza at the end of the year. So that pretty much wraps it up for the year at the Trading Post.
But you can go up there every weekend.
Yeah.
You don't
Every
have to wait
weekend,
for an
Thursday,
event.
Friday,
It's fun.
Saturday,
Go up
10 to
there.
5, we will be there.
It's different. It is actually in a barn.
It's in a
It
barn. Yeah,
really
that's
is.
why everybody I talk to, they say it's just so pretty and just
Oh,
natural.
well, I want to tell you the scenery alone. I mean, if you want to just stand in the yard and look, because the distillery is built on some of the prettiest land in Cannon County. Well,
Good.
Savannah, we've enjoyed having you here today, and
Thank
thank
you.
you so much. I've
We'll
never
put
had
that
a
on. I
tortoise
wanna see
ring.
that on your finger,
and
girl.
well, I have such beautiful fingers.
Woo-hoo! There she
That is pretty. I like that. We have other guests that come on, and I know that they've got some good things going on over your way.
Oh, we do. I'm Robert Keith. I'm with the Highway 70 Building Surplus Store here, and my second visit here on the TV show. And I want to thank you guys for letting me come down and kind of promote what we're trying to do up there.
You didn't bring me anything, did you?
Well, I was thinking,
A 2x4, you
I
know.
was thinking, maybe a hammer or an axe.
He might put you to
Actually,
work,
what I
Carolyn.
need is patio doors.
Patio doors. We've got patio doors.
Yes,
you just need
do.
to come and see me.
Yes, you do.
And you've got a new, I guess, wood shed or shed for
Right.
supplies, outdoor supplies that you've just
Right.
put up. I noticed that's been built and
Yeah,
put in.
we're stocking quite a bit of lumber up there, and we're happy to have it. I mean, the response that we got from Cannon County when we first opened, within 2 weeks, we knew we had to expand. So we built that, and part of the reason today we've got 6,000 feet that we're breaking ground on in 2 weeks that we're warehouse space and more room, which almost is going to double our size.
Wow.
So we'll have, quality products as kitchen displays, bathrooms, vanities,
Tools.
everything that you
I
need
know
to
there's a lot of
redo your house. Well, where we are right now, we've got all the parts and pieces. But now what we want to do is we've got a designer coming in, and she's going to design some kitchens and some bathrooms for us. So you can come in and take advantage of that with the whole vignette, the counter, the cabinets, the whole thing.
Cabinets that have, you've got a big supply of cabinets.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah. We've got about 5 different kitchen styles that we'll have. Now, these will go in about 2 weeks. So we're a little bit ahead of the game, but we're trying to pick the pace up a little bit where you don't have to leave Cannon County to buy those type items, So we're excited about it. And so excited that we've
You have
opened 7
tools,
days a
too.
week.
Ooh, yay.
And we're open Monday through Friday from 8 to 6. And then Saturday we're open from 8 to 4 and Sunday 12 to 4.
Wow, that's nice.
So, a lot of people on Sunday afternoons want to get out of the house. Just come on up and walk around. And if you want a cup of coffee, just ask. We'd be happy to get you one. But we've had some exciting
You
times
have
up there.
tools too, don't you?
Oh, yeah, we
I
got
mean,
all
like
kinds of tools.
Automotive tools and,
A few wrenches and toolboxes and things like that, but mainly carpentry type tools,
No, there was some DeWalt things that were down there the last time I was there. I know my husband's a big DeWalt fan and everything, so I was telling him about some of the tools that you had, some of the screwdrivers and.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that we
we've got everything from sanders to drills to table saws and circular saws, and they're all new.
Yeah.
So we got quite a bit of stuff. We don't have hardly anything used. Everything that we're selling is new. Now, we do have surplus, so we buy the clearances and those things. But for the most part, when I left on my way to the store today, I had a fella in there, and he said, "Well, you're just the mini Lowe's
Yeah.
up here for Cannon County." And I said, "Well, I'll take that."
That'll be good.
Yeah,
That's
that'll
a
be
good title.
But we're a work in progress, and I feel like we're always going to be. There's a lot of room on the top, but no room to set. So we're trying to stay as busy as we can be and just keep making it better. So if you come in once and there's something that you see and you like, tell us so we can do more of it.
Okay.
And that's what we're here for. We're here to try to help everybody coming in to buy,
well, I
and
have
keep
seen.
the money in the county.
There are some business, in particular I'm thinking of where you did put wood floor in her whole office,
Oh,
which
yeah.
was quite large. But it looks great. It's different, an unusual pattern. It is, but it looks good.
It absolutely is. And it started out as we thought that floor was going to go one way, and it wound up going another way. And when it was all done, everybody looked at it and said, "Wow." So she was
What
telling
a
me the other
surprise.
day, people were coming by taking pictures of it and doing that. And like I said, we've got several designers that are coming in that are giving us ideas, on ceramic tile floors, for example. You'd be surprised at what you can do if you just think about it. We've got some other surprises that we're doing up there that are under construction right now that we'll see where it goes. The next time I get to come, maybe we can talk about some things that we want to do with that.
Okay.
But I sure thank you guys for having me
Well,
today.
yeah, glad to have you.
Thank you for being
Glad to
here.
hear
And
it.
we hope everything, we want all of our businesses to grow, and that's great.
Well, if
that's
anybody
happening.
has any questions or anything, they can call us at 615-563-6065.
And don't forget, it's on John Bragg Highway.
Can't miss it.
So you're going to have to go out of the city limits just a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Windows and doors, whatever you need, we've got. But thank you.
Just don't go all the way to Murfreesboro.
Thank you.
So,
All right.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Well, I know that I'm glad to hear Robert's business is doing well, and they're having expansion already.
I know, isn't that great?
It is wonderful. We were there the
I mean,
opening day.
they haven't had a year's anniversary
I know.
yet.
We were, one of the things that I was able to get, I went by and picked up a storage cabinet that we use in the office. I'm able to lock it, and we put, some different computers and some more of our expensive stuff, but we were able to lock and kind of keep it under, and I got it down there. I was so excited to find it, and you just never know what you're going to find down there.
No, and if you think they don't have it, stop first before you
Before you go
all the
any
way
further.
out
Don't go
and
all the way.
see if they have it, because they might surprise you.
Well, I know our next guest from a couple of things. They, I think, are some of the busiest people on the
I do
square.
too. I do too.
But we've got some folks from Antiques and More on the square. We have Tish and George Frost. Forst. Okay, George.
You thought I misspelled that,
I
didn't you?
did. I did.
A lot.
You get that a lot. Huh? Well, two of the busiest people, it sounds like.
We've been busy, and since he's been out of town working, and since he's been back in, I'm not letting him stop.
That happens,
Have to take advantage of that, don't
Take
you?
advantage of it. So, owners of Antiques and More, it is the new beautiful building there on the corner on the square, and I love to see the different changes in the windows all the time, and you've got a lot of stuff going on.
We do. We've got our whole year planned out pretty much. What's coming up we're really excited about is our first anniversary open house. Can't believe it's already been a year
I
since we
bet
opened.
you can't believe it's already been here.
By fast. I've had a good time in working on the building.
Well,
and
now, are
everything.
you the manpower behind all the changes?
I'm one of them there.
You're on one of them. Because there's been a lot of
Helps
changes.
us out a lot, our partner in it. He does a lot of work too, so.
No, we
combination of
might mention
everybody.
too, Judy's not able to be here, but Judy Rodriguez is also a partner in your
Right,
business, as you
yes,
know.
yes, and
Well,
her
from-
husband's an electrician. He's a great help.
Oh, wow. Who doesn't
Yeah.
need electricity and plumbing?
It's always good to have one of those in the family.
Yes.
But I know the work, just the work inside, the little back room of Antiques and More, I always love to go back there in that one little, it reminds me of a little shed.
Yes.
And it is so decorated, so
Trying to
pretty.
keep it rustic and everything, and we can, and keep it with the style of the furniture and the
Well,
town and
they
everything.
have a two-story.
Yeah, you opened it, you know,
facility,
after
you sure
you
do.
just got open, you opened up the upstairs,
It
and
was
so.
a few
Yeah.
months later, but it's completely full now.
Yeah.
With new booths and everything.
But that's the best thing about Antiques and More. I can go in there, and they're changing up. A lot of your vendors change their items up quite often.
Yes, we have the best vendors in the world. When we left, there was 3 there working on their booths. You know, they change it up so much, keep it fresh and keep it, fresh for the people.
But that's a good thing.
That's
It
right.
really is. And it all depends on how good your vendors are,
Oh,
really.
we wouldn't be where we're at if it wasn't for our wonderful
know.
vendors,
And people that do this for their living, they know.
Exactly,
You
the
know
ones
what
that
to
work
do
it and
and
do
what to
well.
expect.
Yes.
So
out
it's
of
been a
it.
year. Can
A
you believe
year.
it?
Already,
I mean,
yeah.
really. We're sitting here thinking about the changes that happened on the square with the painting of the building and just all the things that you've got going on over there.
Right.
We're gonna have
That
to
years
go
went by
down,
fast.
Get some more windows from the
Supply
70
place.
heights.
Yeah, yeah.
I will tell you this. I know we've had another antique store, and we've also have you. We also have 1, 2, 3, 4 more right there on the square. That's okay,
Exactly, more the
because
better.
people come in to shop antiques. You don't compete. They want to go to all of them.
Right. And one good
know.
thing that George and I were just talking about, you don't have to be so much an antique fanatic, because everybody's got a little bit of
Everything.
Everything.
A lot more stuff for the men than they would realize.
A lot of tools. I know my husband loves to go and look at the old tools and things like that. Some of the gasoline and oil and cans and different things like that that you can kind of go
Tell him
through.
to come over and go through our barn.
You know, he doesn't
We
need
to
any
come
more
to your
stuff.
barn.
I was surprised how many people come in shopping for holidays and stuff, like Valentine's. We
Hey,
were
I
busy
love to
picking up
shop
some
in there. At
personal
Christmas,
stuff.
I got a lot of things.
I spend almost all of my Christmas things. Of course, we do the gala at the senior center, and so I spent a whole day going around and finding dishes and different things that we did during that event. But I try to go in on a regular basis because I always find something,
Right.
unique gifts.
A unique gift, right? It's
Yeah.
not the turn of the mill thing.
Yeah. And you have a lot of repurposing of furniture.
Right, a
That's
couple.
back there in that one area. I love to
Yes.
go back there.
Yes.
That's not a talent of mine, but somebody that you have is
We've
very
got a
talented.
couple of ladies that are wonderful with that, and you better get it while you see it, because it's going to be gone.
Isn't
it
that
is.
wonderful,
It
though,
is.
really? Well, I want to say one thing, because we do have so many guests today, that these two right here, and plus Judy, are are probably like little angels for me during cruising time in the cars. They're really into it. And I've always said, if we can bring these many people into town for whatever reason, don't be afraid to come out there and let them know you're there. And last year at every cruise in, they would bring over tickets, and no charge for it. You fill it out, you take it over to them, turn it in. They give away door prizes. And then the last cruise in we had, which was also the toy drive, of which they donated, I don't know how many
Good job.
toys that they had collected over a period of time. And not only that, they finally just sat up over there, and we had the most fun. And they had all these trivia questions for the car drivers. They really got into it.
Well,
And they eat that up. Those car drivers, they like that.
I really think it's really to the advantage of a lot of those businesses when there is events there on the square, to take advantage of it, make your business very open, because those folks may come in that day, they may not, but they'll see it and they'll come back
We had
afterward.
a lot of
Yep.
returns.
Yeah.
They didn't have time while they were there. They wanted to enjoy the car show. But a few weeks later, they were like, oh, we
We were
saw
down
it.
here and we
And
saw
see,
it.
that's what you hope
Yes,
for
that's
from
what we-
that event,
yes.
really, because they're not usually going to haul off things in those cars.
I don't think it's them strapping anything to a Corvette.
Trying to get the word out
see
we're
that
there and let
either.
them know.
Well, they
'cause a lot of
can
people don't know
buy
it's there.
and put it on hold and come back and pick it up.
yes,
So,
yes.
And so Saturday, March 15th is the 1 year anniversary.
1 year anniversary, we're celebrating it, and we're going to have a lot of door prizes, refreshments. All our vendors will have specials all throughout the store, and a lot of other giveaways and stuff. So we really appreciate our customers.
There it is.
Yeah.
Free food and door
free
prizes.
food,
Now,
that's
come on.
right.
Customer appreciation. That's
That's
all we're
right.
all about.
Right, if it wasn't for them and the return business, we wouldn't be there, so.
Well, I have to say thanks to y'all. You really sparkled that end of the
Thank you.
square up. It just
Yes,
really
and
did.
it looks very
Having
nice.
a good time doing it.
Yeah, a lot of
Enjoy
fun.
it.
She's keeping you busy. I have to say, she is keeping
He
you
may have to
busy.
go back out of town to rest.
Time to take a break,
Cindy,
the rest come back. I get all these ideas. I
Say,
wanna
oops, they've
do.
called me, I gotta leave now, I won't be back for a couple of weeks.
Well, go out to Antiques and More for their anniversary 1 year special on March the 15th. But go out anytime, but definitely go by that day and
Yeah,
say
that
hi
day,
and,
pick up some extra
and everything.
goodies.
We're
for
open
free.
7 days a week, where you can come by and stay a little while or stay all day, We get a lot of times, we come in there, we'll find stuff and we reminisce about what it is and our grandfathers used it, or what is it, we can't figure it out. So kind of that country store feeling that you can hang out for a while and talk about what you found that weekend or at auctions.
Yeah.
Pretty enjoyable.
Well, I look forward to working with you again for the cruise-ins.
Well, thank you guys. We
Thank y'all for
appreciate it.
having us again.
That's quite
Yes.
all right,
Thank
we'll
you.
do this again.
All right.
We'll be back. Like we said, we've got a lot of guests today. So we have two favorite folks back
We
with
do.
us from Edgar Evans State Park. And so what
Lot
is
of
going on with your
activities.
area? You've got some things going on that you want to tell us about?
We have something going on all year, Connie. But first I want to say I appreciate y'all having us back. We always have fun when we come here.
Well, good.
We have a waterfall tour coming up on the 15th, but it's full. So
Well-
I'm sorry
Well,
about
darn. We missed it.
tell me
We
that.
missed it before he even got out there.
that. Most of our events have been very well attended, and we usually, on our fundraisers, we usually sell out a month or so in advance. So anything that you're really interested in, you need to hop on it. But we have something free coming up that we offer once a year, and it's put on by the Friends of Edgar Evans State Park. We're a nonprofit and we benefit the park. Everything we raise goes to help that park to improve the park experience for all the public that come. But anyway, this is the annual celebration of spring will be on Saturday, April 12th. It's a free day. It's a time for families to come and spend the day and bring a picnic lunch. It's also open for individuals to come. You don't have to have a family. We have lots of couples and individuals who come. And there will be something for
Yeah, I was
everyone.
gonna say, what are some of the events? I know you have kite flying and
Right.
several things.
We have live entertainment on the stage. All of this is outdoors, mind you. But we have live entertainment, including the Cannon County Arts Center Dance Studio.
And that is such a pretty thing. They usually, do they do that in May, kind of May Days type things? They come out and have the ribbons and.
This is April 12th.
April 12th, okay. I knew it was around that springtime,
But
so.
I know why you're thinking that, because one of the things they do is the traditional maypole
That's what it
dance.
is, yes.
Yes, and this is usually the tiny tots all the way up through college age, I guess, that are performing. And sometimes parents get in on the act. But also there will be nature hikes, and we'll have Randy Hedgepath, who's the Tennessee State Naturalist, with us this year. He will lead a special hike at 8:30, and if anyone has ever had a hike with Randy, you know it's a treat. He knows everything.
Very knowledgeable.
Yes. There will be other hikes led by members of the Tennessee Trails Association for the event, craft making by Girl Scouts, and free boat rides, wagon rides throughout the park, and Dutch oven cooking demonstrations by Boy Scout Troop 875, which is sponsored by Friends of Edgar Evans State Park, incidentally. Face painting, wild animal presentations, the kite flying, cookie decorating this year, and old-fashioned three-legged and sack races with prizes, and an appearance by Ramble, the Tennessee State Park mascot. There will be a grand prize for the best answer for the number of candies in the jar. And I'm not sure this year, but I hear it rumored that again we will have a day of canoeing or kayaking for two, with lunch for two, sponsored by Big Rock Market and the outdoors.
That's a big.
That is a big day.
popular
That's
event.
a big event going
It
on there.
is.
So now
That's just a little bit of it.
Just, so this is just open. You can come out and take part of one thing or all things all that day.
That's right, and it's free, but it does require registration
Okay.
when you get there so that you can sign up for activities. Most of the activities you just go at leisure, but there are a few things like the boat rides that are very popular, and the special nature hike with Randy Hedgepath. Those things may fill up really fast, so they do have you fill out, for that when you come. So we recommend that you be there at 8 o'clock if you want to boat ride during the day or take that nice walk with Randy. But there'll be lots of other things that you can do. If you can't spare a day, you can come and just enjoy part of it.
Well, I know you said that the waterfall trail trip was full, but the waterfall is still there. You can still go out and.
Well, the only waterfall that's at Edgar Evans State
Okay.
Park is actually on Center Hill
Okay.
Lake, and it's only available by boat ride
Wow.
and only under certain conditions. So that's not what we do. What we do is, in the past, we've gone on vans. This year it'll be a school bus, and we go to to different area waterfalls in Middle Tennessee and visit those and have lunch out this year again at the Golden Corral in Cookeville, which is very popular with the people. And then come back to the park by about 4 in the afternoon.
But we'll be going to the falls at Rock Island
Okay,
this
yes.
year, and then on to Ozone Falls over near Crossville. Those will be the ones that we'll cover this year.
And if we have time, we'll come back by City Park Falls at Cookeville, which is really a nice
Nice place.
falls if you haven't been there yet.
Well, y'all are always so busy, and I know that the park is such a special place for you. Lots of folks that come out and participate. You're always looking for friends to join the Friends of the Park, and
Right.
so I know you encourage folks, if they're interested in their parks, that might be something that they would love to do.
Well,
This is a-
one of our stated goals is to get Cannon County involved with Edgar Evans Park. It's the closest park to here, and it's an adjoining county. It's in DeKalb County. And there are people in this county that don't even know where it is. So what we're encouraging is through our activities over there is to get people here in Cannon County involved. Now, Lori and Greg Christensen, of course, they're on our board, and they're very active with the park. And Patty Chevelle from over in Auburntown, she's a librarian over there, is active. So we've got some Cannon County people involved, but what our goal is to get a bunch of Cannon County people involved with the park, because it's there and it's open for enjoyment. Now, right now, the park's in a mess. They're doing renovations and the entire campground is closed. They're rewiring and plumbing the whole thing for the hookups. It was formerly only 30 amps, and of course, a bunch of these large campers and motorhomes and things like that require 50 amps, and that's what they're trying to do is upgrade it to that. But I don't know who was responsible for the planning on this, but instead of taking it section by section, they're doing the whole thing, and the whole park is going to be closed till May 1st. Okay. If you want to camp, you're out of luck, because
But the park's open.
Yeah.
the park is open.
Yeah.
It's just the camping is what.
Right, but you
But
know
that's
what?
that's a needed upgrade, though. That
Yes,
is a
it
very
is.
needed upgrade.
It is, and I was going to say, probably the weather may not be fit to go camping until May 1st. I don't know.
Well,
but,
unfortunately, it's not really that good for them doing the work either.
You know, it isn't.
Hopefully,
I'm
we won't
sure
put them
it
too far
isn't.
behind.
But it'll be so nice when it's all
Yes.
done. And I do know where Edgar Evans State Park. In fact, I have been
And I've been in that
camping out
campground.
there. Yes,
I
I
have
have too.
But it will be nice to have the 50 amps. Let me just tell you, as a camper, it'll be nice to have the 50 amps.
And the thing is, you're looking for a day of free
Yes.
entertainment. I mean, you know, you can take one of your kids or all your kids
Or your grandchildren.
whoever you want to take. You can go out there and there's a full day of things to do that's not going to cost you your life savings. You know, these are good, healthy, outside things. And even though your children today, I think, want to say, well, do they have a cell phone hookup and do they have, it doesn't matter.
Get them out of the house, get them out into the woods.
Get them out of there and it
The
doesn't
interesting
matter.
thing is a lot of these kids had never heard of three-leg races, or they had never heard of sack races, but they had a ball. I mean, what we try to do is let them know you can have fun without sitting in front of a game machine and playing computer games.
Right, you're right. I mean, this is that, I don't know what else, if you can get out there and go register for some of the things that they have. Take advantage of all of the different activities.
Just the
You'll spend the
trail
day.
hike is going to be a nice one. If you can get out and get on the list to do that, that will be something really
Dress
rememberable.
Edgar
accordingly.
Evans probably has the biggest variety of spring wildflowers in the entire area. And Randy's going to be able to identify all of these and help you understand what's going on.
And keep you out of the poison oak and everything. He knows these things.
That would be my luck. That would be my luck.
Well, we've enjoyed you being here, and
thank
I'm
you so
always
much.
interested in knowing what's going on out there, so keep those cards and letters coming in
I
that you
will.
email to me.
I will. I've been kind of taking some time off, but I'm back in it now.
Well, I know that those folks put on a lot of activities. They work very hard to really bring the quality programs to Edgar Evans Park, and I hope folks in Cannon County take part in it. Go out, check it out, because
It's
I
not that-
know it'll be fun.
It isn't that far.
No, it's not.
And it is fun to get out there and do. Well, my kids all learned to water ski there.
Yeah.
Danny didn't do so well, but the rest of them did real well.
He didn't drown. He's all right. He did.
No,
he's
he
okay.
came out a little bruised, but he's okay.
But that's one of the parks, like you said, it is the closest one to us, and we hope folks get out there and enjoy it. And it is going to get spring. It's going to get warm. We promise sometime. We talked about Neil. Neil is, of course, here at the Art Center. We've kind of invited them. We try to do that on a monthly basis, come in here and do our set or do our show either at the Senior Center or here. And they've done a lot of work here lately.
Oh, they have. They've been
New
cleaning.
display displays. I know that the cafeteria, the Blue Porch has put in some new door and some extra seating area.
Well, you're looking at their new hall that they will rent out for different activities. If you want weddings, if you want any type of a big get-together.
A corporate event or different type of thing. It's really
would be
nice.
a
This space
perfect
is a
place
great
for it.
space. And I know that you've moved your facilities up here, and I
I
know
have.
your stay here has been wonderful.
It has. I've enjoyed it. I see a lot of people. This place has got somebody in it all the time. I don't know if they're supposed to be in it, but they're here.
They're here.
so-
A lot of young people, a lot of folks doing the arts and plays, and then coming in. I know you have some of the best views of some of the local artists.
Oh, I do.
Right outside.
I always bring some things in from those tables
I think
out there.
these right here
Neil?
are beautiful. Neil's
He's not
wandering
gonna
around.
pay
He's not
attention.
listening to us at all.
Well,
but
I'm going to talk to Mindy, and she has patiently been waiting. And actually, I had her at the top of the list because I was afraid that she might have to get back to work. But I had to move her down.
we
a
had so
little
many
bit.
people today, Mindy. Everybody wanted to be on TV today.
I know.
But Mindy is with First Bank.
Hello,
And what is your title, Mindy?
I'm the financial center manager there at First Bank.
All right. And you have an event that will be coming up in April.
It's the beginning
on
of
the
April,
4th.
so I wanted
Yes.
to catch y'all on this episode so everybody can know ahead of time. But we're having the mammography bus back again on April 4th. And for those of you that's not familiar with this is it's a mobile mammography bus that comes around, and we do screenings, and it's St. Thomas Healthcare and Susan G. Komen are the ones that help put this on.
this on, yeah.
So whether you have insurance or not, you can come. So we're just trying to help
Do you
early
have
prevention.
to pre-register for this?
You do
Mindy?
not, no.
Okay, you just
No,
show up?
Just don't come towards the end of the day because they get kind of ready to go. It doesn't take too long for them to do it. It's a very nice bus, and
Very private.
It is very private. You have your screening room, then they move you on to another room for the testing, and then you've got a little back door that you slide out. So nobody has to know you come, but we just try to encourage anybody
Well,
and
I
everybody.
really wouldn't know why you would be ashamed that you went and had one of these. I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
I guess there are
Some
people
people
who are, but
embarrassed to come, you know.
Oh,
They're
really?
afraid to step in the bus and just approach it, you know.
We've done a program on this at the senior center, and there's so many excuses women use to not get this done. And we've done several times that we talk about, you know, things from the past, you know, family comments and whatever that they just really do avoid it. And you know, we try to tell women to get out there, you know, get that done, get the check done, because it can save your life and really be a very important check that every woman
that may
can
be
do.
your first.
And we have had some ladies to be notified that they need to contact their doctor, so it has
Right.
been a good thing. They came twice last
So
year.
actually, no surgery is performed in this.
No,
place.
oh, no.
This is
no,
just the test. This is just the test.
Just a simple little test.
Because
and-
I've never had to, I always just tell them that I have a vitamin deficiency and I can't, it doesn't show up right on the mammogram.
But go out, and this is in April the 4th?
April 4th from
And this
10
is
to
the
4.
mobile van, and you can go out, and can they contact you there at the bank if
They
they're
can.
interested, maybe getting their name on the list or
They
something like
can.
that?
Our number's 563-2226 if you'd like to call, and we'll have information on our website. We'll have flyers posted.
And if you don't see a doctor on a regular basis, this is your opportunity because I know you've thought about it. I mean, you may have laid down till that thought went away, but this is your opportunity if you don't have a regular doctor to go get this done and at least give you peace of mind if nothing else, you know, so, yeah, this is a good
We'll have it.
thing.
I don't know if you've noticed our new marquee.
Yes,
Instrument
we
temperature.
have.
We're very excited about that, but I'll be posting that on that as
That
well.
end of the town, you can do the time and the weather and everything right there. I know they were putting that in the other day, and I was like, it's been a long time since there's been a time
There used to be
stamp on
one.
that
Yes.
corner.
Very excited to have that. So
Yeah.
you'll be
Small changes.
seeing all our little specials posted up there. So,
Very good
Hey,
job.
a bank with specials, what more could you ask?
Free money on whatever day.
And this is April 4th, right? And it
April
will be
4th,
right there in the
yes.
parking lot of the bank.
yes, you can't miss it. It'll be right out front.
Starts at, what, 8 o'clock?
10.
10 o'clock.
10 to 4,
Okay,
right
just,
there on the corner of,
if you want to get in there, you may be there a little before 10.
Get there early.
yeah.
Get there early. Well, I know nobody noticed a moment ago the big green canoe coming in behind a kayak. Kayak.
It's okay.
Coming in behind us. That didn't disturb anybody.
There is
I
a
carried it
purpose
as
for that.
quietly as
I
possible.
will say you don't have to have a kayak to go get the mammogram test done. So I know it came in during that moment, but you are the person, I will say you, figurehead, that come up with this idea of doing the paddle push. I call it the paddle push and run. I don't know. It's a little bit of everything
It's a
all in one
Stones
day. It's a
River
big relay.
Yes, it's fun, it's silly, it's for young folks, it's for old folks, and it's 22 miles of Cannon County.
I was going to say, when you said young folks, I was going to say, now I was down here. There was some older folks down here.
There are plenty of older folks, and I'm trying to think. I think 6 is the youngest with a parent with them. People sneak in younger ones, but it's for folks who want to see Cannon County in a very different way, really.
That's what you start at top of Short Mountain.
We started at the Arts Center.
Okay, well, you gotta get check-in.
Everyone checks in. People get on school buses. All the bicycles go into cattle trailers that have been washed out ahead of time. and then yes, we headed to the top of Short Mountain, and the walk starts from the Bible camp and heads downhill to Short Mountain Elementary. And that's where you pick up your bicycle and you bike to the Art Center, and that's where your boat's waiting, and then you get in your boat and go all the way to the mill.
Yeah,
And
that's
you
a
can-
fun day.
And you can do 1 part or 2 parts or 3 parts, and we manage you and get it, if you're not doing this part, but you're doing that part, we'll get you from here to there. That's our job.
So if you want to run from Short Mountain to the school and then say you don't want to bike,
The school buses will be there to
get you
bring
back
you
here.
back to the Art Center.
Wow.
So people enter as teams, 1, 2, or 3 people, however they want to do it.
Relay.
And some people do the whole thing themselves. And some people do it very competitively, and most people do it very casually.
Only.
Downhill.
I think last year's
That's the one good thing.
Last year's final finisher is actually organizing the event for us this year.
Wow.
She was
Good.
amazed that
She had such a good
She had an
time.
amazing time. She called to see if we were going to do it, and I said yes if you're going to help organize.
That's how you get people.
And she got on the phone and email, and Jackson Kayak gave us a kayak. So we'll be raffling off.
So is this the kayak that's going to be?
This is a brand new $500
Woo-hoo.
kayak from Jackson Kayak, made in Tennessee.
Yay.
Their office is not too far from here. So yeah, this was a huge, generous gift.
And so if you win, you get this?
I think we're gonna have everyone enter probably a $5 raffle. Anyone who enters can also enter the raffle. If you win, we're having William Coinga, the sculptor. He's making another paddle
Oh,
show.
that paddle was beautiful last year.
So I think this is his 4th or his 5th or 6th paddle.
Yeah.
He makes paddles for people to keep in their collections, but he makes the paddles special for us. It was his first paddle. The reason he makes the paddles is for the relay. And he sold a few extras just because they're beautiful objects.
They are gorgeous. The one that you brought last
If
year.
you like
just
wood, they are
beautiful
gorgeous.
piece of art. Just a piece of art. So, kayak. Yeah, I could see.
And it's a relatively small event. Our maximum is really 200 people. That's what we can sort of just manage throughout the day. So it's a lot of fun, and you get to hang out with your friends. And the paddle, depending on the water level, it could be 2 hours, it could be 4 hours. It's a very relaxing afternoon.
Water
really.
level is really good right now.
Water level is perfect. It's a little cold,
Hey,
But-
stay out of the water.
but yes, we need the weather.
I'm trying to figure out how I'd get in that.
You just sit on. This is a sit on. You don't
Well,
even
I
have to-
know, but I mean, how, am I going to sit on it and you
Shall-
throw it in
shall-
there?
Shall I show you?
No.
I want to see you get in it.
No, because I would never get out of it.
Tush first, and then throw your legs over.
Tush.
Okay, but I'm
first.
just saying, am I in the water when I do this, or?
You put the boat on the edge. You walk down the ramp that's right here at the Art Center.
Okay.
And
We do have a ramp.
And there's folks going to be there. Like, they won't just let
They
you.
shove you in there.
Right. There's 20 or 30 volunteers at each point to help.
Now, they're not going to
organize and
paddle the boat
coordinate.
for you.
Oh, well, that's what I was going to ask next, is who was my
Nobody-
paddler?
You have to paddle.
You have to paddle.
But with good water flow, and my fingers are crossed, you won't have to do a lot of paddling.
Okay.
But some people
Or
race
won't have
this.
to get out and walk it anywhere.
And we've had that too.
Yes, I know, yeah.
Well, I know that
I
you
love
got to get
this
registered
event.
for this, though.
Sorry?
Register for
Yes,
this?
stonesriverrelay.com. It has its own special website. It benefits watershed projects, tree planting. We built the ramp last March. So, if you're not going to enter the relay but want to still paddle, come to the Art Center. Get in. That's the highest access point in the East Fork of the Stones. So it's open, 12 months, year round.
And even if you don't want to participate, you want to come and cheer folks on
Oh,
because you want to cheer folks. This is a big day. I mean, really.
It's a lot of fun, and just the range of people who show up, and they've come from 5 or 6 counties at least. We always have a few people from out of state. They've never seen Cannon County. They've never even seen Middle Tennessee, and it's a great way to see just all kinds
Well-
of. You're going to see birds. There were beavers swimming last year too. So it's.
Well, I went up River
Had their own
Road yesterday,
kayak.
and there was a beautiful blue crane, blue heron.
Blue herons, yeah.
Oh, he was
There's a lot of
gorgeous.
blue herons nesting on the East Fork.
He was just, he came down, and he was beautiful. He was so
See,
pretty.
I've always loved this event. When Neil first told me about it, and he told me the length and what you had to do at each section of it, I thought, I wonder how many people are going to die, and we probably won't even find them.
We haven't lost any yet.
haven't lost anybody.
No, they
They're
haven't.
so lost
They've
we
done.
didn't know. But it's a 5-mile run, so people who are racing it, they're going to do a 5-minute mile. So the first section may only last 30 minutes for the first person
Right.
in, and maybe an hour if you're walking it, and maybe 35 minutes to an hour for the biking. It's very quick right through town.
Well, my grandson did it one year. He loved it.
Absolutely
Yeah,
loved
he
it.
did. He said,
Anybody that does it, just like
Yeah.
the lady that walked in last or came
Yeah,
in last, absolutely loved it and is coming back to help out the event.
And she's thrilled, and her sister's at MTSU, and they're trying to get a bunch of MTSU students
Oh,
involved.
that'd
and we
be
always
great.
have MTSU students because they have an outdoors program, but I'm very excited that
I
she'll
think
be
the
event.
more extreme you can make these, the better people like it, The only thing you're missing is maybe a big mud hole they got to jump in before they do one
And the
section.
river might be that, depending on the weather. So.
You may have that. You may have that, huh?
So besides the relay, I just want to let folks know that Secret Garden is opening.
Yes.
It's a 100-year-old children's book adapted into a musical. We have some of our great voices back who have been in shows here over the years, and then lots of fresh faces. It's, I've been told, the most diverse cast of new folks and old folks we've had in a very long time. So we're always looking for new actors. We're always looking for new directors. It is community theater, community amateur theater, but with great talent.
Hey, they are. I listened to them practice.
Oh, well, my daughter
They're
was in the
great.
last time that they did Secret
Which is
Garden.
about 10 years ago.
And she
Yeah.
is, not that age anymore. In fact, I told her the other
Don't
day,
you
I said,
just
they're
hate
doing Secret Garden. She says, oh. She remembers her role and where she was at and all the time. So
What
it
is
is really
the
good.
girl's name? Mackenzie?
Mackenzie Turney,
Yes.
granddaughter of Roger Turney of
Right.
Auburntown. Her aunt is directing.
She
Scarlett
has a
Turney is
beautiful
directing.
voice. Beautiful voice. She's a pretty girl.
She's very talented. She's very comfortable on stage, as is really most of this cast. They're professional amateurs.
If
They're
you
just
have
great at
not
this.
been to a play here, I'm telling you, if it's not this one, pick one. These people are they're not, even the people from the community that we know and we deal with on an ordinary day, you'd never think of them maybe as being so talented, and then you come to a play and they're in it, and you think, wow, I didn't know he could do that, or I didn't know she could do that. But the last 2 plays, the young lady that played, what was it?
Belle.
Yes.
Yeah, Charlotte.
Great.
She's
She
incredibly
was
talented.
great,
Yeah.
young lady. And this one, I hear her. When I'm sitting out there, I hear her, and I thought, she's very talented too. But you will enjoy it, and then their musical selections, just like the Beatles.
Mm-hmm.
They were wonderful, and I'm not even a Beatles fan, but I believe they were better than the Beatles.
There's
Beatles,
there's
if I'm
6
not
concerts in our
mistaken.
season throughout the year. We just did the Tennessee Mafia Jug Band was here a few weeks ago.
They're great.
The Band 64, which is the Beatles cover band, was here a few weeks earlier. The Cantrells are here later in March as the show is wrapping up. But there's 8 performances, 6 evening performances, 2 Sunday matinees, plenty of seats available, and
Dinner at the Blue Porch, if you want to make it dinner and a show, Blue Porch is right here. They
Great
cook
event.
for every one of them. So y'all are welcome. Come down here and just try it out. You won't go away feeling like you wasted your time. You won't.
Yeah,
on
there's
any
always
of
something
them.
new going on. We're just sending out applications to craft artists for the White Oak Craft Fair. It seems like it's months away. It's September 13th and 14th, but we start getting ready now.
You
We
have
start
to, yeah.
jurying in talented folks and getting the facility and the event laid out.
And this
So,
is just a few of the wonderful things that you can get here in the center.
this is Bob Stansel, a very talented man. Started turning wood after he finished his career.
This is
And,
beautiful.
It is. It's gorgeous.
People like to collect his bowls. They generally don't buy one. They buy more than one.
I could see having more than one of those.
And Daniel Strasser, he's a carver originally from Pennsylvania. It's reminiscent of really carvings from 100 to 200 years ago, but it's his take on that style. So he doesn't copy anyone, but it's an aesthetic that really is about a couple hundred years old. Very, very talented guy. And he'll be at White Oak as well. And his range, he doesn't just make birds. There's
There's a little bit
all
of
kinds
everything.
of characters that he carves.
But this is just some of the arts that are actually
yeah,
on sale
they've got
here in the Art Center. So
Pottery, they've got paintings, textiles, material. They've got just about everything. So if you need a bath, we got it.
Right. And coming up in April, probably maybe our strangest or most unique art show. Jeffrey Young, who is still serving time in a federal work camp at this point, has turned out to be a fine artist. So we have paintings and some tooled leather and drawings. So in April there'll be
On display?
on his work as well as his aunt Helen Minton. So her
And she
paintings,
does a great job.
Very talented.
I've never seen
and
any
it's
of
such an
Jeff's,
interesting
but
story
I've
that Jeff wound up painting now that he has time while he's away. I went to see him a few weeks ago, so he's still part of the community.
he is still part of the community. Well, you never know what's going to be here. There's just always something.
There's certainly something new every month, if not 3 times a month. There's always a new show. There's usually a concert, and the gallery and the craft shop is always changing inventory.
Right.
Well, I'm
You've
looking
done
forward to
good,
the race.
Grasshopper.
You're doing good, Grace. Looking forward to the race. So get on the website there and get registered for that.
And again, thank you to Jackson Kayak for donating this
Oh,
$500
yes.
boat. And this year, the whole relay's been underwritten by Redstone Federal Credit Union out of Murfreesboro. They just like
that's
what
great.
we do so much that they've covered all the costs. There's a lot of school bus costs. We usually cobble
There's
together.
cost to everything that
and,
you do. There
so
is.
we're grateful for their support. It makes the
Absolutely.
event possible. All
Yes,
the proceeds
and this
go
is
to
a
our
good
projects.
event. I think this is, I would hate to see it go away.
I think it'll be fun. Come out.
I hope
You
the
need to
weather is
come out.
perfect.
The weather will be perfect. It's going to be warm one day. We're just, honestly, it's got to warm up.
We have a couple of things that we want to talk about. Of course, in April is when things start happening again. And of course, you'll have auditions in March, the 10th and the 11th for The Reluctant Dragon.
Children's show
Right.
starring children, and there will be school performances.
And
as
then
well.
also, there are also auditions for Shrek the Musical. And that will be April 7th and 8th.
And we're
So if
moving the
you wanna
auditions
come-
button on the artscenterofcc.com website more to the front so people can get more information more easily about upcoming auditions.
Okay, Thursday, April 17th is Adams Memorial Library Roast.
Charlie
And
Harrell.
This year it's going to be Charlie
gonna
Harrell. And
roast him.
nobody deserves
needs to be roasted more than
more
Charlie
Charlie
Harrell.
Harrell.
I'm bringing a flamethrower. He's my buddy.
They may have to have the fire department outside waiting just in case.
Yeah,
So-
Charlie spent a huge amount of time helping this library renovation addition happen, so
Yes,
he
he
really
did.
earned this.
He did.
Yeah.
Friday, April 18th, the Lions Club Princess Ball, which is a father-daughter event. There'll be dancing and refreshments, and you can contact Kim Smithson for information on that. The flyers aren't out yet. It's 563-2554. And then, of course, Saturday, April 26th will be our first cruise-in of the season on the square in Woodbury. This first one will be from 2 in the afternoon until 6 p.m. We never know whether it's going to be hot or cold. This year, we're going to give away another 32-inch color TV.
Yay.
And our underwriter for that is DTC. has agreed to do this, and they will be set up out there. And every time you attend one, and they're going to have some goodies for you and all the rules and regulations, and we will draw for that TV at the October cruise-in. So last year that worked out really well, and we want to thank DTC again for jumping in there and helping
Bring
us
in a
with
car
that.
and take home a TV.
Well, maybe.
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 Depends on if your
You're
name is
lucky.
drawn.
If you're lucky, you got to be
Okay.
lucky. Got to come back.
We have a new member that has joined the chamber, Paul Revere's Trading Post. This is Mantiques. He has things
Mantiques.
in
He
there.
does have Mantiques.
For men, and I'm telling you, he does. The owner is Dallas Parsons, and I believe he's opening up another store, but right now his store is located across from the courthouse at 110 Tatum Street in Woodbury.
Right next to Joe's place.
That's right.
Right next to Joe's place.
And Connie, I think you have something to tell.
Well, to tell, let folks know, I guess this is my last episode.
I know. I feel like giving you this turtle.
Just back up beside my cheek. As of March the 14th will be my last day here at the Cannon County Senior Center here in Woodbury.
And you are going to?
I am actually going to be changing counties, really, doing the same thing that I normally do, but going over to Rutherford County and to Murfreesboro and running the St. Clair Street Senior Center there in town.
But
So.
you're not moving.
I'm not
You're
moving.
staying
I'm
in
gonna
Cannon County.
live in Cannon County.
Okay.
I'm gonna drive through here every day.
Still
and
volunteer.
Still
during
volunteering
shows
and
at the Art Center.
yes. It's, still Cannon County is in my blood. Just my job will be elsewhere, and so.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to it, and to all of the folks out there that are members of the center. The center is still there, and it's been a pleasure to work with them. And we've got a great board that will be looking for new staff there, and all of the other employees are staying and kind of going to keep the ship running until they can get someone in there new. And so they do a really good job over there, and I will truly miss them. And they hold a dear place in my heart. So don't make me cry.
You grew up there, I guess.
I've been there 12 years, and I will say, we've worked really hard to make it a quality facility, and it is, and they will continue that work. Great board that's going to be doing that, and looking forward to what they can kind of continue there. I will say that for folks out there, if you're wondering about the Good Old Days, because we are the sponsor of the Good Old Days, that board is continuing that event. It is May 16th and 17th. That's always the third weekend in May. And this year, I think we're combining events, if we can get it all nailed out. That's also the weekend of prom. And so we're actually going to, I think, don't want to put this down in stone yet, but I think we're going to have prom on the square and Good Old Days at the same time.
Oh,
so
well, wonderful. That's something new.
That's a party.
we're really going to,
Sure
the Great Gatsby is the theme for prom this year, and so we're going to kind of have a Great Gatsby afternoon with bands and music for that, and folks can come out and have pictures made. And
I think that's great.
All on the square, and of course, Good Old Days events going on with pageants and everything.
You know, our prom day here is kind of like if you're winning in basketball. The whole town comes to
out.
prom and watches them all get out in their dresses and their tuxes or whatever they wear, and get in their limos or whatever they're going in. Every year you have a whole...
So if we can work out the logistics of everything and limos and things like that, we're all going to do the event on the square. Of course, it's Good Old Days, and everybody comes out for that event anyway, and so we think that it'll be a perfect
Oh, I think
perfect
that's
match.
great.
So,
Well, Connie, I'm going to miss you.
well, I'm going to miss.
You may still be living here, but I'm not going to see you as much.
No, I won't be on the show. I think that that'll be something that you and Neil may have to host. Look at there.
Volunteering here.
Can't replace you, but
Well,
we'll fill in as
we'll
best
fill
we
in.
can.
One other thing, because I know we're out of time, are we not? Yeah. Well, maybe I won't, but I'll tell you real quick. The Reedville Mill has been closed. It has been purchased by Karen and Robert Ford, who also own the corners in Reedville. She is going to be moving her goodness gracious restaurant out of Murfreesboro to the mill. So it will be open.
It's great news.
Great news.
Yeah.
Wonderful news. Goodness
And-
gracious at the mill.
Thank you for watching, and we will see you next month.
Thank you.